Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
The Hitmakers.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
Welcome, good afternoon, good evening, morning, wherever you are on the planet right now. You are tuned in, you are locked into the one and only Lunar Lounge podcast with myself, Israel and Josie. If you haven't hit that subscription button, for those of you who are listening or watching on YouTube, please do so. This show is available on all podcast platforms. From Amazon to Spotify to Apple, you can find me, the Lunar Lounge podcast. Please follow, tell a friend, share, let the show keep growing. And thank you for you guys who take time to log in, tune in to the live every Wednesday. I did mention actually on the Sunday show, it's a twice a week show, guys. This is the only astrological twice a week show, as far as I'm aware. I'm probably wrong knowing me, but yeah, twice a week. But I'm probably gonna start doing or uploading my Sunday show, because the Sunday show is normally just on it's just on the podcast platforms. But I'm probably gonna start just uploading that. It won't be live, of course, but I will be uploading it probably on the Sunday or Monday of every week. Let's see how that goes. Welcome, Sister Aura. Imani, how you doing? Holistic Bliss, thank you for joining the show. People from all over the world are in town. I just heard a little sound there on my computer. Mercury retrograde. So we're going to be talking about Mercury retrograde, right? We have to talk about Mercury retrograde and what's going on there. Oh, what's that popping up on my screen? Okay, so we will be talking about the Mercury retrograde, of course. I'm going to be bringing up the chart for the moment. Competition time. Yes, we do have a winner. And I will be setting up another question. This week, it's for some cash. Not a lot of cash, but it's some cash nevertheless. Let's demonstrate how it is. So that will be coming up later, competition time. We've got tarot card of the week later on in the show. So we're going to be picking tarot card of the week. Speaking of tarot cards, I've got a tarot course running this weekend. For anybody who is interested, I'll share the details later on. But it's a 2-day, so it's going to be on Saturday, starting from 1:30 p.m. UK time, that is. And it's going to be like 3 hours, 3 hours on Saturday, and on Sunday. It will start the same time on Sunday also as well. PowerPoint presentation, all live demonstration. I'm going to be taking you right through from major arcana to minor arcana to all the cards, what they mean, and how you can predict your own future. How about that? So that's going to be this Saturday. So yeah, try to come along to that. And actually, it's hands-on. It's hands-on. It's going to be practical. You're going to be seeing how these tarot cards work. For anybody who's attending, they're going to be seeing how they work in real time, because you're going to be asking questions in real time, and we're going to be getting the answers right there. So I'm going to be showing you how, for those of you who want to journey into the world of tarot. So yes. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge podcast. So that's this weekend. So I'll mention that. I'll plug that again later on if I remember. So we're going to be talking about the planets in a moment, and Mercury retrograde. Shout outs to you guys who are tuned in, to logged in on the YouTube. You see so many, you've got Instagram, YouTube. It's like can't there be one platform that just does it all? Like, hasn't some genius come up with that yet? Yeah, me. I need a computer programmer who can allow me to be able to synthesize all of this, where people can just, there's a few platforms. I know there's StreamYard where you can do like YouTube and Facebook. No, I'm talking everything. Instagram, everything, just work. It's just a plugin. So like any social media platform will be able to, of course it can be done. I'm giving you a multi-million-dollar industry thing right there. Don't tell me I don't give you gems up in this show. That's it right there. That will make you a multi-millionaire. You come up with that software, and I'm telling you, where people can just, any social media platform, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever, TikTok, you'll be able to thing it and stream it live, and everybody can see it. So all your social media platforms can be viewed all at once. Not like now, I've got to have 3 screens. What the hell's going on here? Talk about multitasking, and I'm not a Gemini or a Sagittarius or a Virgo or a Pisces. So hey, it is what it is. Shout outs to Caro. Is it Caro or Cairo? Do forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Shout outs to Jasmine. Shout outs to also Yvette Haneen. How you doing? Hope you're well. Shout outs to Faye, who are also in the chat room on my didn't I see Angela? Yes, shout outs to Angela. I know I'm sure Angela's name here also as well. So shout outs to you guys on the YouTube. So yeah. So it is what it is. So I'm seeing somebody there. Somebody's been having issues with YouTube. I don't know. Maybe that's a part of the Mercury. Who knows? Part of the Mercury retrograde. But we're going to get into that in a moment, and we'll speak about the Mercury retrograde. What is the what's the headline and what's the news out there? How is the weather where you are, first and foremost? I'm looking at my window right now, and it's doom and gloom. That's what it's gloomy. It's not doom, obviously not, but it is gloomy, very grey. However, I'm in London, UK, right? I know what most of you are thinking. What are you talking about? Isn't that a typical look for the UK? Yeah, I suppose it is. But with global warming of lately, we have been having some, pretty warmer, brighter days. Listen, I remember when I was a kid. Listen, if anyone tells you global warming ain't real, definitely I have witnessed. When I was young, no friggin' way that, like, okay, I know like the central heating systems have got better, probably, or what is it, insulation of the house has probably got a lot better. Okay, fine, I get that, but still, it was freaking cold when I was young. And at this time of the year, I remember some years at this time of the year, halfway through December, we're snowing. We're skiing at this point. You know what I mean? It's gloves and hat and scarf and big woolly. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. But yeah, not it's still a bit more kind of, it is what it is. So shout outs to is that Paola? Paola Lip? I never know how some of these names on Instagram, how to pronounce them. They're just full, please forgive me. I'm gonna say Paola. Paolip. Oh God. Let me not embarrass myself. It is what it is. So I'll be speaking about somebody saying, oh, the people remember snow every December. Yeah, I do. I had a sledge. So me and my sister had a sledge. That's how cold it was. We had a sledge, and we use it every year. I definitely remember probably up to the age of 8, 9 using that sledge, maybe even 10, using that sledge every year. So approximately every first 10 years of my life, I was using a sledge. So that lets you know that there was snow in December. All those songs. It was a white Christmas. Hell yeah. The Wellingtons were out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Shout outs to Dragonfly Collective. Greetings from Washington. Oh God, somebody is calling me. How dare they? No, come off, man. Fucking up my life. You make me have to cuss some bad words, man. I'm telling you. Apologies for that, guys. Call was coming in. Why do people do this, man? Fuck's sake. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to just get a phone solely just for my Instagram because it's like it's a madness. Um, 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 People calling me in the middle of a show. How dare you? Making me cuss bad words. So apologies for that, people. Hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, a call tried to come in. Yeah, I know, right? It is what it is. Shout outs to Dragonfly Collective. I like that name, Dragonfly Collective. All the way from Washington State, USA. Shout outs, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge. Every Wednesday we start at 12:30 p.m. Although I was a little bit late today, but I'm gonna blame that on the Mercury retrograde. You know how we do. You know, somebody's already been complaining that they've been having problems with YouTube of lately. Yeah, it is what it is. Well, this is the time to try and get that sorted with the Mercury retrograde right now, I guess. So, yeah, but I'll be speaking about that Mercury retrograde in a moment. I was speaking about the weather. What's the weather like in Washington, D.C.? What is happening out there? Sister Aura saying, what's going on with Mercury? Well, Mercury is retrograde. We're in that time of the year, baby. So I'll be talking about that in a moment. I'll be bringing up the chart for the meantime and talking about the upcoming planetary activities that we are going to be witnessing over the next couple of weeks, as I always do, right? That's standard every week. I wasn't actually on Instagram last week because I was away. But for those people who tune in on the YouTube, they got to see it. But the video's there on the YouTube, so you can go and watch that and catch up on that. What else did I want to say? Okay, I've spoken about the competition. Competition will be coming later. Tarot card of the week will be coming later. I'll also be plugging the tarot course taking place this weekend for any of you who want to join in. What else? The year's nearly over. It's a madness. Where has time gone? They say time flies when you're enjoying yourself. The emphasis I'm putting here is on the word enjoyment. Any of you guys been enjoying yourself? I'm not saying I haven't been enjoying myself, but not that much. Not for time to be flying that quick. I don't know what the hell's happening here. It's going like that. I thought that was the kind of thing that happened when you was a kid. When you was a child, things always went like, like so quick, the 6 weeks holiday and all that kind of stuff. And I understand that because the mind's racing, right? You're constantly learning and, curiosity for more and more and more. So I get that. But now, in my age, please. You know me? Always topping up on that water. Necessary. Cancer rising in the building. So it is what it is. So yeah, what is happening here with this time flying? 2023, it just seemed like the other day we were saying Happy New Year, 2023, beginning of the year. Now we're on the verge of 2024. It's a madness. It's a madness. I want to know where the time's going, people. Where issues here with my cable. Can you all hear me? I hope you can. Yes, you should be able to. But yeah, as I was saying, seems like we're all in some kind of mad rush, or there's some mad kind of rush that's happening here. Yeah, but it is what it is, right? Welcome to planet Earth. Maybe I'm rushing off to the next world. Maybe I've had enough of this world here and like it's time to jet. Speed up the time. So it's good. Shout outs to Shamim. See, we got people over here from Pakistan, Shout outs to my people up in Lahore. up in Pakistan. Shout outs. Need a reading with you individually to survive this madness. Yeah. Listen, my schedule, don't worry, you will. You'll all get a reading. But schedule is mad right about now. And I'm trying to schedule things during a Mercury retrograde. It just ain't that time. Madness. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. It is that. Years of losses for me too. Exhausting. Yeah, I hear that, Imani. Yeah, it's a crazy one. I don't know. I don't know how quite to put that one. It's yeah, I don't know. But I suppose busyness, I think, is part of that. Because sometimes I wake up and I just think, okay, I'm seeing a client or I'm doing this, got to do miscellaneous stuff. And before you know it, day's gone. It's 9, 10 o'clock night. Like, what the hell? Like, where did that day go? And then there was a few things that I was meant to do that day. Okay, can't do that now. Day's over. Okay, I'll put them onto tomorrow. There was a schedule for tomorrow already, and then that gets lumped onto tomorrow. There's only so many things you can do in a 24-hour day, and then that goes on to the next day. And then it just builds up, and it just builds up, and it just builds up. So busyness, keeping busy, is part of why time is also flying. So if you're finding time flying fast, either you're busy or you're having a bloody good time. You're enjoying yourself. You're on the beach somewhere, nice and warm, sipping on a pina colada with a nice hot man or woman next to you or something. I don't know. You're enjoying life. So yeah, I hear that. Yes, shout outs from Cher. Yes, hello from Lahore, of course. We are your biggest fans. Yeah, I did tell you that. I did let people know on my what is it, analytics of my podcast. Pakistan was like one of the big. I'm like, wow, Pakistan. People are listening to the podcast. Pakistan, are you for real? But yeah, Brazil was the biggest. Brazil is actually still the biggest. Where people listen to this podcast. So shout outs to people in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, wherever you are, Salvador Bahia, hola to you all, So yeah, and then Pakistan. Pakistan is like, yeah, in Europe, the biggest one is Belgium. It's crazy how, it is what it is, man. But we need to get more people on board. We need to start monetizing this podcast. Yeah. And that is coming. It's actually happening. YouTube have actually just allowed me to start monetizing my content. So no. The Lunar Lounge podcast growing bigger every time. Shout outs to Tiffany over there in 10th Memphis, Tennessee. Cat got my tongue. Mercury retrograde. What can I say? So yeah, your schedule has been mad for the past few years. Exactly. But it's more mad at this time of year. I get clients who just are so hung up in December, like they've got to have a reading because it's like we're stepping into the new year. They want to know what's going on, which is fine. I get it. No problem there. So yeah, shout outs to Atura Temple, the Ifa Temple right there. So shout outs to you. Big up to my Ifa people. So the clients come, so I get why people want to they want to know what's happening for the following year. But like, okay, we can do that in the new year too. You're not gonna nothing is well. I get what I think it's part of the human psyche. We think right that 12 o'clock midnight, New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. It's like that. It's the threshold. Aboroboyo, aboyebo shishe, ogbuato. For those of you who did not understand that language, it was a greeting in my mother tongue or my native tongue. I wasn't born there, but yeah, it's an Ifa greeting. So for those who know, they know. So yeah, so people want to know. They just hung up. They're just like, yeah, what it is. they want to have the reading before the New Year's in, and it's like I get tons of those, and it's like, okay, you can't, I've got my normal schedule anyway, for people who's their birthdays and stuff like that, or people who are booked way in advance, and it's all just piles up. Oh God, it's crazy, man. You guys do keep me busy. It is what it is. Sister Tura saying your number. Oh, you're looking for my number, are you? Okay, it's there on my Insta. All my details there on my Insta. All my details. I'm not hard to find. Numbers there. You can connect direct to my. I think there's actually a link that connects you straight to my WhatsApp. My link tree is also there, also as well. But I'll be happy to put it in the chat, so that's not a problem. Everybody has my number. So shout outs to Ramon. Is it Ramon? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Do forgive me for some of these names here. So yeah. And we've got people from Washington. Okay. Now, I think we have to distinguish there. Don't want to go too much off topic. Washington State, Washington, D.C. Two different places, right? Okay. So shout outs to Dragonfly Collective. Rain in the PNW. What does PNW mean? Can you elaborate? Lots of rain at this time of year. Working for the working with the Saggy moon. Yeah, moon is in Sagittarius at the moment. We're going to go to the charts in a moment and look at that. Yes, also so Faith letting me know that you can hear me for sure. Tiffany's saying I'm ready for the aliens to come get me because it's raggedy down here. Yeah, I think we're all waiting on these aliens, right? Well. This thing about aliens and UFOs and stuff like that, I have no qualms. I'm open. I really am open, and I'm open. Like I'm not gonna accept that we are the only physical living people in this universe. As gigantic as this universe is, and that's from what we know. And there's more what we don't know than what we do know. So as huge as this universe is, of course, life elsewhere, and they've got different forms of intelligence. Maybe okay, let's say higher. I'm open to that too, no problem. But please, people, can somebody show me a crystal clear video of one of these things? We're in 2023, and people are still. These iPhones are they got whatever 1,000 megapixel and all these numbers. I don't know what they are. I'm not a photographer, but you get all these high megapixels. You got this and that megapixel, and the picture gets sharper and sharper, and yet no one can still catch a clear picture of one of these UFOs. Like, I just need to see one. Like a clear close up, please. Everything's always blurry. Like every UFO you see is blurry. Why? Why is that? Please. Sister Aura saying, are busy in the new year too? Like catching water. You're like catching water. Yeah. I am busy. My busiest time of the year is December and January, for obvious reasons. Astrology can be quite seasonal in that sense. In the summer, normally in the summer, I'm quiet. However, in the past 2-3 years, summer's kind of picked up a bit. But normally in the summer, I'm quiet for obvious reasons. Everyone's away on holiday, right? Nobody wants to know about readings then. Nobody wants to know, what's happening with my moon? Where's happening with my Venus? Yeah, you're enjoying the weather, you're having a good time. And then everyone comes back from holiday, and then September, October, everybody wants to know what's going on again. It's crazy. It is what it is. So yeah, linear time has always been weird for me. I can't seem to get with it. Yeah, I hear that one. They've been here way before Homo sapiens. Yeah, probably. His pictures are very clear and from before the Photoshop. Oh, Bill Myers. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't seen no clear pictures yet. Heart and Soul, welcome. Shout outs, welcome to the Lunar Lounge podcast. Um, anyway, let's get the chart of the moment up and let's see what's happening here, planetary wise, and what is happening? What is happening in the heavens? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's find out. Yes, how you doing, Heart and Soul? Welcome to the show. Well, today the moon is in Sagittarius. Just about. The moon will be making her way into Capricorn in the next, what, 4 hours or so? 3, 4 hours. The moon will be entering the sign of Capricorn. But by then, the show will be over. But yeah, the moon is in Sag. So what? We're gonna go in direct, right? We're gonna take on a Sagittarius character. We got to be blunt. We got to be truth seeking. We got to, it's the archer, right? Point and kill, aim and shoot. That's what it's all about. We got to get in there. Okay. Oh, Leonie. Shout out to Leonie. Hi, LOL. I'm booking for Feb then. Okay, I see. You could book for January. You can probably even book for December. It's just going to be tight. It's just depending on your, your schedule, my schedule, timing, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's always little, and the thing is, I've got clients all over the world, so I'm working with different time zones. LA, New York, so 8 hours behind, 5 hours behind. Working in the East, they're 5 hours, 6 hours ahead. Middle East, 2, 3 hours ahead. It's like, what the hell? Europe, 1 hour ahead. Europe's still easy. Europe's can kind of work. But yeah, it's life of an astrologer, hey? Yeah. Okay, so moon is in Sag. We had a new moon yesterday, for all yesterday / today, depending where you are on the planet. But we had a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. So we are in the new moon phase right now. We are still in that new moon phase. Okay. Sister Oro saying, I'll book for March. Don't travel, please. I'm always traveling. And next year, I'm really going to be traveling. But my job allows me to be able to be mobile. I can work remotely. So that's the advantage there. So yeah, thank God for the internet, right? Or how would that work? Probably still be traveling, but people will have to be paying me a lot more money. So we had the new moon in Sag. So we're in that new moon phase right now. The moon is beginning to wax, meaning that the moon is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So in 2 weeks' time, just after Christmas, actually, we're going to have a full moon in the sign of Cancer. So from the new moon period to the full moon, it's a time of growth. It's a time of initiation. It's a time of we want to increase because the moon is increasing in light and the moon represents who we are on the people. The moon has a very strong, profound, direct connection with us as human beings here on planet Earth, and has a connection to our sense of nurturing, food, how we are sustained in life. So that moon right now, as she is increasing, we begin to increase as well. Hence why the tides get high during the full moon and they come low during the new moon. So all of this is to do with the lunar cycle. So we're in a new moon cycle right now. Very important time. It is the beginning of a lunar month. Yeah? The lunar month, which is 28 days, which is a 28-day cycle. So here we want to be planting seeds. We have this new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. because that's the season which we are in at the moment. We're in the sign of Sagittarius. It just felt like the other day the sun just moved into Sagittarius. The sun is at 21 degrees now. God damn. Talk about time flying. There we go. That's 21 days gone. Like, right. Okay. So we're in the new moon cycle. So here is a time now to plant. Your new moons are about planting new intentions, new visions, new ideas, planting new seeds. And the planet that rules Sagittarius is Jupiter. And Jupiter, you know, so this is quite a, I mean, every new moon is unique in its own way. And every, if you want to say, every new moon is going to have its, not necessarily positive and negative, but that is true. But every new moon is going to have its strengths. This one is quite good. Why? Because it's ruled by the planet Jupiter. And Jupiter, we know, is the natural significator for abundance, for luck, for growth. So this new moon has embedded in it a growth, an abundance, a luck. Now, what is luck? We have to be mindful when we use these words. What is luck? Because luck is nothing other than, well, luck can be seen as a number of things. Being in the right place at the right time, being with the right person at the right time. But luck is sort of like a doorway of opportunity that comes to us out of the blue. But is it really out of the blue? And this is what one of the things that the basis of what astrology is based on. That there is no such thing as a coincidence. There is no such thing as an accident. Stop thinking like that, people. It's not very helpful. Mason saying luck is alignment. Yeah, yes, exactly. Luck is alignment, correct. But stop looking at it like, oh, things are random. There's no such thing as random, chance, coincidence. These are words that we use, human beings use, for things that we don't recognize. We don't know what it is. It's for something we don't understand. When we use the words like coincidence, a mistake, an accident, it was by chance, it was luck. No, this universe is in perfect order. It's based on that school of thought that nothing happens by chance. Everything happens for a reason. Hence the idea or the philosophy of karma. We reap what we sow. Quite rightly so. If you plant an apple seed, you're going to get an apple tree. You ain't going to get an orange tree. That's for sure. Or you're not going to get a banana tree or a pineapple. So we reap what we sow. You plant this, you get that. Simple. That is very simple. You plant that, you get this. For every action, there's a reaction. Shout out to Lux It's, who's joined. Welcome to the shout out to Alicius also as well. So this is where the concept of karma now starts coming in. So whatever you put out is what you get back. And that school of thought has also permeated or gone into philosophies and understandings in terms of our actions. Whatever you put out is whatever you get back. And so the idea, that's why whichever spiritual system you go amongst, this idea about love your neighbor as you would love yourself, or do unto others as you would like people to do unto you, or treat other people with respect, with kindness, because that is what comes back to you. Everything is a reflection of you. We are creating our own reality here. This is what we're doing. We are creating our own reality. Shout Shout out to your girl. Is it your girl who's joined me on the Instagram also as well? Some of these names, man, so colorful. So we are creating our own reality. It's very important that we understand that. So we reap what we sow. So going back to this new moon, it's a time where we plant something. And by us planting something, we're going to reap something back. Okay. Now, when a farmer plants something, when we use the term planting, we use it, okay, in terms of an analogy of a farmer, because a farmer plants crops, right? Seeds and so on and so forth. We get it. When a farmer plants something, he doesn't go and plant it one day and then come back the next day and then it's grown. No, it takes time. The crop has got to be watered, got to be nurtured, got to be fertilized. And there's going to be a time, there's going to be a moment for when that crop or when that plant is harvested. Which in astrological times, we know 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Somebody's saying they've lost sound. This is on the Instagram, of course. No call has been coming in. So I don't know why. Are you guys on the Instagram? Can you hear me? I'm sure you guys on the YouTube can. I'm not getting anything there. So yeah. Leon is saying, I'm too tired to run down Feb. Perfect as a birthday treat. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the best time to have a reading when it is your birthday, because then we can look at your solar return and see what's happening for you for the year ahead. Okay. Heart and Soul saying they can hear me fine. Okay. Sister Aura saying I'm back. So it was your connection. Mercury retrograde got you. We'll be speaking about him in a moment. He's not actually retrograde yet. He's still stationary, but he's stationary about to move retrograde. So, hey, it's in action. Whoop, bit of air there coming out. So, yeah, Leonie, yeah, it's good as a birthday treat. Nothing wrong with that. Jupiter kicked my ass a couple of days ago. Excess, okay, maybe I had a tiny bit of accountability, but I'm currently blaming Jupiter. I hear that one. Yeah. The universe is a boomerang. Yes, Dragonfly. Yes. Okay, so you can hear me fine there. So yeah, shout outs to Yanifa. Welcome, Mabarubo you. So we plant these seeds. So now we're in a new moon. We need to plant that. So, like I said, when we plant something, we have to nurture it, we have to wait. It requires patience, it requires discipline. We have to nurture it, water it, fertilize it, and guide its growth until it's ready for the harvest. So Mason saying she's blaming Jupiter too. A lot of you seem to be blaming Jupiter. Right, we shall get into that. So here is the new moon. New moon in Sag, ruled by okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yanifa saying that she can hear me, but I'm frozen. That's interesting. I'll tell you, this Mercury retrograde, man. Shout outs to Dominica. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge. Hope you can hear me fine. I am live on the YouTube as well, so it seems like people on YouTube are hearing me fine, or they can see me fine. Hard and Soul is saying not frozen. Okay, so maybe that's just at your end. So yeah. So we're in that new moon in Sag. Now, the planet Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, is in the sign of Taurus. And Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus is about that earthiness. It's about the things that we can feel, touch, smell. That's what it's to do with. It's the zodiac sign of the senses. So this new moon is a great opportunity for us to plant something that can materialize for us in the material world. Money, land, home, you get the gist, so that's that's what it's about. So plug that in. New moon is Sag. So we're still in that new moon phase right now. Anything which you are planting as the moon is waxing, getting bigger and bigger, because starting from tomorrow, tonight, I mean, depending where you are, no, tonight you won't see no moon. It's going to be blank. But tomorrow, starting from tomorrow, you'll see a little crescent moon start appearing somewhere. So yeah, so do watch out for that. Um, uh, 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 but the moon is waxing. So as the moon grows, you can take your intentions, prayers, mantras, whatever it is you do, and it will grow with it. Guys, start manifesting. So back to what I was saying about the luck. It's these times, these potent times, when you can plant, and then somewhere in the future, boom, you get this opportunity that seems to present itself out of the blue, but it's not out of the blue. There's a chain reaction. There's a cause and effect at work. There's a universal intelligence at work. Mason said, I bought plants, they grow. Yeah, of course. Hard and Soul is saying, my sun sign. Which one? Sagittarius or Taurus? I think those are the two signs that I've mentioned so far. So it's probably one of those. So yeah. So we have the new moon. And we're still in that new moon phase. So that you got time, basically. You want to light a candle, want to say a prayer, want to do a mantra, it's okay. We can do it for this new moon. We're still in that new moon phase. Okay? People, however you want to do rituals, there's no right or no wrong way, It's the intention that matters. Okay? That is the harder thing. Somebody's asking, can I manifest meeting a loved one? It's not, you can do, but the nature of this new moon is not necessarily geared towards that. It's more about but you can do that with any new moon. You can manifest anything you want, of course you can. But in terms of the energy of it, it's more tailored towards, or I would say, maybe not tailored towards is perhaps maybe the right word, but it's more, the energies of it are more suitable for embarking on something more to do with our physical senses. And although a relationship is connected with our physical senses on some level, because you're going to be touching the person or being with the person. So yeah, there's elements of that. Okay, there's the Venusian touch, and Jupiter is in Taurus, which is the sign belongs to Venus. But it's more about like abundance. But any new moon, really, you can plant the seeds of, manifesting somebody in your life, most definitely. And this is a great time to do that, being that we're in that new moon, we're in that new moon phase. So over the course of the next 2 weeks, the moon is waxing, the moon is getting bigger and bigger. Great to plant that seed. It's not going to happen immediately. It will not happen immediately, especially for those of you people who don't necessarily even do things like this on a regular basis. It's interesting. We have a new moon every month. This is the universe giving us an opportunity to plant 13, because there are 13 new moons in a space of a 12-month year. Pay heed here. They are 12, 13 new moons in a space over there. So this is 12. You got 12. Let's just say there's 12. Let's, for argument's sake, you got 12 opportunities to create 12 new things in your life every year. That's amazing. 12 new things. Shout outs to Conscious Wellbeing. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge. So, 12 new moons gives us 12 opportunities, 12 opportunities to create, to plant 12 new things. Think about that for a moment. That's some deep stuff. And we have, again, 12, 13 full moons in a year, meaning that though there are 12 things that should also be manifesting. Here is an opportunity. Let's use it wisely. Whatever your ritual approach is, no problem. There is no right or no wrong way about that. Lighting a candle, lighting some incense, working with images. It doesn't matter. It's the intention. God, the universe, Allah, the Almighty, the Creator, Olodumare, whoever it is you are we're still speaking about that universal source. It's at work. It hears you. It's open. And like they say, there's a time for everything. And this is a time to be able to do that with this new moon phase. So tap into this new moon phase. We're in it now for the next 2 weeks until about the 26th, 27th. We're going to have the full moon then. Then that's that cycle there complete. So jump on this waxing moon. So the moon is currently in Sag. We'll be moving into Capricorn later on today, but coolio. Next thing I want to talk about is Mr. Mercury. Mercury is a big one. Mercury currently at the moment is at 8 degrees of Capricorn, and he is stationed about to go retrograde. People, he is stationed about to go retrograde. Technically, he's retrograde. Like let's cut the bullshit. So yeah. Universal intelligence, chain reaction, love that. Yeah, it is. It is, that's how I coined it anyway. So Mercury's retrograde. That's like I said. Cut. Yeah, you're stationed, yeah. But I mean, when do you really start going retrograde? He's gonna start around actually tomorrow. Yeah, see, look at that. Early tomorrow morning. Okay, so he's stationed at the moment. A matter of fact, while he is stationed, it's probably fair to say that that's where we're likely going to experience a lot of neither here or there, because he's holding his own at that moment. Quite stubborn. Something quite interesting about planets that are stationed, but he's stationed about to go retrograde. So he's acting. He's already given up the 5 that move him back. So that's that. Shout outs to add up on that. Is it Atsar? At Sarah's house? At Sarah's house? At Sarah. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name not correctly. I'm terrible with names. I let you know that. I let people know from the get-go. It's not my forte. Especially during the Mercury retrograde. I'll remember Mercury retrograde for that one. So Mercury at the moment is stationary, okay? About to go retrograde. Mercury is always retrograde for approximately 21 days. I'm always letting you know that, guys. Now, the negatives of a Mercury retrograde are delays, frustration, deliveries not arriving on time, things not manifesting or happening at the times when they are supposed to. Mercury retrograde can be in feeling inhibited, being inhibited, things being inhibited, businesses being inhibited. That is Mercury retrograde. things that were going one way suddenly start going, there's all kinds of, these are the things that we can expect during Mercury retrograde. Hence why the warnings: don't sign new contracts, don't buy new things, try to put things on hold during this time. It's not the best time to do that. Again, or auspiciously, astrologically. Because Mercury is the planet of trade, he's the planet of communication, is the planet of trade, people. Any traders in the building? Those markets are going to crash in the next couple of days. If not tomorrow, Friday. The markets will crash. Take your goddamn money out. In 2024, I'm going to be doing a series of workshops about astrology and the markets and money and finances and so on and so forth. So yeah. So Mercury retrograde is a big one. However, there are always positives. The problem is with this Mercury retrograde is that people just tend to move one way. We're creatures of habit. We do things over and over, the same things repetitively, because we're always looking for that safe security, right? Well, Mercury is a planet that represents change. And that's why he rules both Gemini and Virgo. These are mutable signs that like to go here and there. So he's a planet that has got this inherently change inside of him. So by him going retrograde, there has to be a change in our perspective on what we do and how we do it. So Mercury retrograde is very good for research, is very good for redoing things. Anything that starts with RE, redo, relax, revise, research, anything with it's great for Mercury retrograde. But people have just got it's just, keep going. They keep hitting the wall and go back again and hit the wall. We've become a set of robots, people. And soon it looks like robots are going to be running us. Somebody's asking, can I celebrate my birthday on the 24th of December during the Mercury retrograde? Well, yeah. I mean, if it's your birthday, you got to celebrate it, right? I mean, yeah, you can do that. I would just be very mindful how you're doing it and how you're sending out the invitations, and you should have sent out the invitations already. But nevertheless, just be very careful because there just may be hiccups. People come to the, late and stuff like that. And, so if you're starting at 7 o'clock, tell people it's 5 o'clock, things like that. Those are the kinds of things to kind of do. Sister Aura saying the new black farmers market just opened in Brixton. Hope Mercury doesn't have an impact. Of course it's going to have an impact. Alicia is reminding me, rekindle. Yeah, rekindle. Hence why it's very common during the Mercury retrograde where people meet friends they haven't seen in a long time, ex-partners coming back, ex-husbands, ex-wives, all that kind of stuff's coming back into your life. And I'm always letting you know, no, it doesn't mean that you're going to get back together. You link again because there's unfinished business. That's what Mercury's trying to teach you, that there is something that you have not completed and you need to go back over it. That is what a Mercury retrograde is about. going back over something because you didn't do it properly. It's a repeat. So this is why we get frustrated during Mercury retrograde, because people don't like repeating. And people don't like repeating. Why? Because they don't like correcting their mistakes. They just want to keep moving on. And by keep moving on, you're just digging yourself a deeper hole, because you're going to be encountering more problems and more situations again in the future. Deal with that. So from time to time, we've got to go back and we just got to clear the baggage. We got to, okay. I mean, you know, every journey has to have its cool-off point. It's not just, you can't just be going go, 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 go. When you're driving a car, sometimes you got to stop at the traffic lights. Sometimes you got to reverse to park. You're not just driving forward. That's why on a car, you got what? 4, 5, maybe 6 gears. And then you've got the reverse. And depending whether you're driving, well, it doesn't matter whether you're driving automatic or manual anyway. You got the neutral position. Neutral, you're standing still, you're not going forward, you're not going back. The reverse is there. But notice that there's gear 1, 2, 3, 4. There will be at least 4, depending on what car. Normally, on average, 5. Some cars have 6. But you've got these gears that are there, and the gears are to launch you forward. So you've got 5, 6 gears or whatever, 4, 5, 6 gears, depending on the car, to launch you forward. But there's one reverse, which tells you that you do more going forward than you do reverse. But you have to reverse. There has to be a reverse option there, and a stationary one. So right now, Mercury is stationary, not moving forward, not moving back. But to go in reverse is to move back. And in most cases, we go back when we want to do what? When we want to park. Or sometimes if we're coming out of a space, we may want to reverse also when we want to go forward, right? In order to go for, hence the term, in order to go where you're going, you got to know where you're coming from. You got to reverse a bit, get enough space, so sure, it can take you forward. So Mercury retrogrades are about, that's what they're about. So do bear in mind the Mercury retrogrades, people. Of course, there are things that we have to do, like, you know, somebody's put here, it's your birthday, of course, celebrate your birthday. You don't gonna but you just, you know, with the knowledge of astrology, you just work with doing things and choosing times better, working with the retrogrades, you know, planning before maybe the planet goes retrograde, make sure you've got everything in place and stuff like that. But there are going to be hiccups, of course. It's a no-brainer. There is a no-brainer. There's going to be hiccups. There has to be hiccups. Try not to look for a world of perfection, whatever that is, because it doesn't exist. Perfection is not realistic. Perfection cannot exist in reality. I repeat that again. Perfection cannot exist in reality. It's unrealistic. That's why perfection is something always in the mind. That's where it resides. It resides in the world of imagination, in the world of fantasy. When we envision something, it's perfect there. That's why they say, oh, the image is perfect there, but as the moment it's solidified and comes into reality, it's no longer perfect. It can't be. How can it be? Anything that is perfect is dead. I repeat, anything that is perfect is dead. Because if it's perfect, it has no purpose. Anything that is perfect has completed its purpose. So it's not longer, it's dead. You don't need it no more. It goes. Imperfection is the perfection. Imperfection is what keeps us continuing. The perfection is an inspiration. The perfection is something that inspires us to move forward. The perfection is something that is constantly pulling us along. It's dangling the carrot in front of the donkey, but it's allowing the donkey to keep pursuing. It's the bane of our existence. So yes. Don't look for perfection, people. Rekindle. Somebody's here, I'm just reading the comments here. Shit. Venus retrograde. That happened to me in August. Yeah, Venus retrograde often can bring it. But people often, rekindle and get back with or hook up, not necessarily get back, with partners or see ex-partners. Happens all the time. I find it all the time, Mercury retrograde, and then an ex comes back. I just had one literally just last night. Just text me, oh no, what are you doing on the 26th? I want to see you. Yeah, really? Okay. See me for what? What are your intentions, baby? Because your intentions and my intentions may be two different intentions. We need to talk. Yeah, Mercury. We need to talk. Yannifa is saying, if I exposed my ex during divination yesterday, and I believe it started going direct. Yeah, started going retrograde. It went stationary. Yes, definitely. Did it expose things in the past that needs to be dealt with? Yeah, those are things. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Yannifa. So, yeah, definitely. Thank you for your beautiful words, Pfizer. Thank you. Jasmine's laughing, haha. But yeah, that's how that Mercury retrograde is. So you find situations and things that you didn't deal with, you didn't complete. That's why it's very good during a Mercury retrograde to perhaps, we've all got something on the back burner, something that we've been dealing with, but put it aside. It's good to go back to that. If you got assignments or a project that you're working on, maybe it just got a bit difficult, maybe you got lost with it, go back to it during the Mercury retrograde, baby. That is it. Uncover it, review it, look at it again. Somebody's saying here, lover from the past message, let's hang out. Yeah, let's hang out. Let's hang out. Let's hang out for what? That is the question that you've got to ask. Like I said, there is something that has not been dealt with. And yeah, you can hang out with the person. And it's going to be in whatever happens. Whatever happens, it's in the conversation, it's in the actions of whatever happens will let you know what it is that needs to be dealt with as to why is it that they keep coming back. As the saying goes, exes are exes for a reason. That's why they're an ex. Okay, probably everybody here, apart from some of you fortunate people who just got married once and never had a boyfriend or girlfriend, and you were fortunate enough to just find that love in whichever way it came to you and be married ever since. How many times does that happen? I mean, doesn't happen much, does it? I mean, let's take like the Queen of England, for example, who, married to Prince Philip at what, 21 or whatever, and lived, but okay, we do have these anomalies or rarities, or it's becoming more rare, one could say. Maybe it was more there in the, grandmother, great-grandmother's time. And even then, there were divorces and separations. Let's not fool ourselves. So many factors involved. But we've all had exes. Okay, so exes are coming back. Why are they coming back? Well, why? Because there's meant to be, you're not with them for a reason. There's some kind of growth It's not that they're bad people or you're bad or they're evil or whatever. Okay, they may have done something that wasn't appropriate. Okay, fine, get that. Again, welcome to planet Earth. Nobody's exempt from that. We're all guilty of that. But the fact of the matter is you are meant to be growing in some kind of direction. Hence why you've grown apart. And whatever split you up. But then the person's coming back into, why are they coming back? Because there's something unfinished business. And Mercury is trying to let you know that, hello, there's unfinished business here. And Mercury is in the sign of Capricorn right now. Very earthy, very hands-on. Got to do it properly with when we're talking about Capricorn, there's no shortcuts. This is a zodiac sign ruled by Saturn. No shortcuts. So what is the unfinished business? Because that unfinished business needs to be established. So whether it's friends or enemies, friends or foe, enemies, lovers, partners, husbands, girlfriends, boyfriends, no matter what it is, the person coming back is, there's some unfinished business there. But very often people say, oh, they've come back, maybe because they still love me and I still love them and we're meant to hook up together. Look at the percentage of relationships that happens and it lasts. Very few. And I mean very few. That's your answer right there. Ask Elizabeth Taylor. How many times did she get married to the same person? She married the same person 3 times? Yeah, kept going back. Give it during Mercury retrogrades. Let's remarry. let's give it another shot, right? So yeah. No, it's not always love. Sometimes it's just pretty and don't wish you well to move. Yeah, that is true. There is that too. Yeah, that is true. You know, there is that, you know, not wishing you well, but the idea is that we have to move on in life. It can be painful, of course. You know, and that's what love is, man. For every action, there's a reaction. For every thing, there is a polar opposite. For every love, there's pain. Remember that. With love comes pain. Pain and love are best friends. They walk hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Yeah? You cannot have one without the other. It's like a coin, heads or tails. You can't have heads without tails, and you can't have tails without heads. Can't have a mountain without a valley. You can't have a valley without a mountain. They walk hand in hand. You cannot have love without pain. So be very mindful when we want to be idealistic. And it's all love. Can't have love without war. Doesn't exist. You know, I know it's a hard reality, but it don't exist. There's got to be somebody's going to be fighting somewhere. We just got to choose how we're fighting, but there's always going to be some battle in some way. So yeah. Yes, Pfizer. Yes, I need a reason. Yeah, we've been talking about that. No worries, man. You got my number. You'll have a reading. No worries. So yes. Okay. I'm focusing more on the Instagram. What are the people in the YouTube? What are you saying happens here? Somebody's saying here, let me read here. We hear you on YouTube. Okay. I'm in the habit of writing down for people that I want to help in the new moon and 3 people I need to forgive in the full moon. Yeah. Yeah, forgiveness is good for the full moon because it's a release. So that's really good that you want to get into that. Dragonfly Collective, here comes my ex back around. Thanks, Mercury. LOL. 3 p.m. ish, Pacific Standard Time. Mercury retrogrades. Yes. That sounds about right. Tiffany's saying I should start being consistent with rituals, my daily, monthly habits. Yeah, rituals are quite good, and rituals can vary. It can be anything from lighting a candle, it could be saying a mantra, it could be praying, you know. Um, all religious systems have particular times of worship and prayers, and these are rituals, right? They're things that they tie us to that quote unquote spiritual world. They're important, they're necessary. Not advocating that ones, like I said, as far as I'm concerned, they all work. It's the intention behind it. You know, all different paths, all roads lead to same place, same destination. So yeah. Do you look at the ninth house as the moon is associated with Richard? Do you look at the ninth house as being associated with rituals? No, the third house is the house of rituals, believe it or not. The third house is the house of rituals. Shout outs to Sister Kemi, joined us here. The third house is the house of rituals. Hence why the third house is the house of the goddess. So it's the third house is rituals. Sixth house has a ritualistic. Sixth house has rituals, but the sixth house is more your daily lifestyle rituals. It's more like, cleaning up the kitchen, tidying up the bathroom, laying out your bed, brushing your teeth, having a bath, doing your hair. That's sixth house. Walking the dog, sixth house. But more spiritual rituals, like third house. Yeah. So yeah. I have a fire ceremony for the new and full moons every 2 weeks. I am being more consistent with my daily practices. Lots of room for improvement still. Yeah, of course, that's good. It's good. Rituals are good. They connect you. I also have Mercury Cassini ritual. Oh God, that sounds big. We got a priestess in the building. I'm enjoying this wish. I can tell my supervisor this. Yeah, why not? That perfection doesn't exist. Yeah, okay, I hear you. Yeah, I get you there, Yvette. Excess can stay in the past. No thanks. Exes can stay in the past. Okay, so exes can stay in the past. Exes getting in contact, no thanks. Some of you, I don't know. I don't know what kind of exes you guys have been dealing with. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got no exes like that. None. And I'm talking like mutual as well. Like I ain't got no exes like, oh damn that. I don't want to see. No. Yeah. Gotta make peace, man. Leave it in peace. It is what it is. Oh, somebody's agreeing with you guys. Yanifa saying nightmares, exes. Not all. Come on. Surely not. There's got to be one or two good ones there. Um, no exes. Okay, Sister Aura saying. Is that no exes or no excuses, Sister Aura? It is what it is. But that is the Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde for the next 21 days is going to come out of retrograde around what? The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th of January. So we're going into 2024 of a Mercury retrograde. So yeah, I'm going to be talking more about 2024 next week as well. So that's Mercury. However, having said that, Mercury at the moment is trining Jupiter. And that trine is going to perfect what day are we talking about here? It's going to be effect on the 18th of December. Now, Mercury trine Jupiter, that's good. That's helpful. That is quite helpful. That is quite nice. There's going to be a lift in the atmosphere, a bit of humor. It's good energy. That can be positive for a bit of trade. So there's a bit of a big, but it's temporarily, well, everything's temporarily, but it's gonna be a flash in the pan kind of thing. It's gonna be like a little oof, but it's helpful. It's nice. There's some support. The thing is that Jupiter's retrograde as well. That's the issue there. That there's going to be a nice trine with Mercury and Jupiter, but Jupiter's retrograde too. So both of you are moving backwards. So like, hey, it's like, it is what it is. Sister Aura saying still looking. So 18th of December, okay. It will lighten up the mood. Can be favorable for travel. For any of you guys traveling around that time for maybe a couple of days. So 18th of December, between now and the 18th of December. So that's over the next 5 days. Coolio, we'll take that on board. What else is going to be happening? Well, on December 22nd, the sun is going to move into Capricorn. It marks the winter solstice. For us in the Northern Hemisphere, the longest night and the shortest day of the year. And then from that point, the days start to get longer and longer. The nights start to get shorter and shorter. And then we come to the autumn equinox, which will be March the 20th. Then we have equal day, equal night. Then the days start to get longer and the nights start to get shorter. And we know the cycle of astrology. It's beautiful. So the sun is going to move into Capricorn also on 22nd of December. Mercury is going to be Cassimi. Mercury on the 22nd, 23rd of December. Mercury is going to be Cassimi with the sun, meaning in the heart of the sun. They're going to be so close. With the telescope, you'll be able to see Mercury traveling in the heart of the sun. That's real big business. That's really good. I'll speak more about that closer to the time. Or probably next week. So there is that. The sun will move into Capricorn. As the sun moves into Capricorn, pretty much on the 22nd, 23rd of December, the sun is going to make a sextile to the planet Saturn. That's really good. It's a sextile. Good for organizing, good for some structure. Mercury will still be retrograde, but that's good for some structure. So we can work with that. So that's going to be on the 22nd, 23rd of December, 24th of December, even 25th of December. 25th of December. Whose birthday is it, 25th of December? Isn't it somebody's birthday that day? I don't know. It'll come to me. Kidding. I think we know whose birthday it is. Mr. Capricorn, baby Jesus. But yeah. So even on December 25th, sun is going to be sextile. It's going to be sextile Saturn. But away from that, 25th, now on the 26th, just before I talk about that, from the 25th, the sun is going to be trine Jupiter. That's good. What does that mean? For those of you well, you don't have to celebrate Christmas, but that period, it's a festive season. Shout out to all the Celtic traditionalists and pagans who celebrate the seasonal, festive season. I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah, some of them Christians took some of them rituals from predated religions. Okay, Saturnalia. Okay, either way, it's a festive season. This festive season is going to have a high to it. It's going to be good. There's going to be a trine from the sun to Jupiter. Problem is Jupiter's still retrograde. But hey, he goes direct on December the 31st, actually. That's good. I'm really looking forward to that. Somebody said, okay, Yannifer says, I have a question. In a situation where you have been meeting at work to review your job description, pay, and so on, and it's already planned for one of the retrograde dates, what can you do to take what action? What can you do to take more precautions as it's not the best time for negotiation? Okay, so the thing is with things with Mercury retrograde is sometimes things are just going to be out of your hands. There's nothing you can do. The thing is with Mercury retrograde is you don't want to be initiating something when it's Mercury retrograde. Now, if it's something that you already initiated before the retrograde kicked in, that's different. That is different. There's still maybe some hiccups in and around it, but it's different because you started the process before the retrograde came in. If you applied for a job and the job got in contact with you during the Mercury retrograde, cool. Or the interviews during the Mercury, it is what it is. Fine. There may be some hiccups around that process itself, but you applied before it went into retrograde. They just called you in and around that time. And there's not much you can do about that. If they say, look, come in, you got to come in, right? Or you don't have to come in, but you know the coup if it's a job that you really want or whatever. So you go in. That's absolutely fine. It's when Mercury is retrograde, it's in the heart of the retrograde, and you go, I'm gonna apply for that job. That's different. That's what you don't do. Those are the kinds of things to kind of thing. So like in terms of precautions for negotiation, just be mindful if you're signing contracts, read the fine print properly. These are the kind of things that, as they say, you should be reading the fine print or the blueprint or the black print or wherever they call it properly anyway. But definitely during a Mercury retrograde, you want to be paying more attention to detail there. That's for sure. So yeah, you want to be paying very close attention to that. There are things that you can do sometimes if like Mercury retrograde cannot be avoided or you have to do something during Mercury retrograde. I've told you this, guys, before. You can do some acts of charity. Now, but there's various acts of charity that you can do, but I meant that as a whole. But for Mercury retrograde, in order to bring some, if you want to say, more favorable outcomes, you can do some charities. Now, remember, Mercury is the planet of communication, speaking, writing, and all that kind of stuff. So you want to do some charities for maybe schools, maybe children, something educational. That's good. So those are the kind of things that you can do. Yeah, do some, if you know, like it's something that, okay, you can't be avoided because of the whole retrograde thing, do some acts of charity. But if it's a process that you started before the retrograde, don't worry too much about it. What you don't want to be doing is you want to be doing it inside the Mercury retrograde. If you can put off a negotiation or deal and just say, oh, like, yeah, okay, I'll see you on the 7th of January, on the 8th of January, after the retrograde. If you can put it, if you can, you may not be able to, But if you can, then do it. You want to do that. Alicia's saying Xmas Eve structure. Okay, love it. My Virgo is buzzing for that. Okay, that's cool. We like that. Winter solstice celebration. I don't partake in Xmas. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's all cool. I mean they've all merged into one, haven't they? Let's face it. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, people who celebrate Christmas are doing. It's like, that is pagan. And I don't mean pagan as in bad. So don't I'm talking original pagan. Pagan just means those of other religions or other cultures. That's the original meaning of it. But we're talking people who are more who celebrate the traditional Celtic in the Western worlds anyway. So a lot of Xmas has taken on a lot of that. So yeah, so you can do like rituals, sort of charity for things of that nature. Somebody's asking, will it help pay off my debt and declutter? What, the Mercury retrograde? Mercury, well, you're talking about the Sun Jupiter. Sun Jupiter can give you a boost, of money. I don't know about paying off debts though. You want something to do with Saturn with that one. The Sun Saturn could be helpful for paying off debts. That's the one on the 23rd, starting from 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th of December. Yeah, that alignment with Saturn can be good for debts. Saturn rules debts. So yes, Yennefer saying, I'm in the midst of Celtic people over here. Great stuff. Yeah, the Mercury retrograde. The Mercury retrograde, you can, in terms of debts, it can be helpful to kind of go back over. Again, you're redoing, you're revising, you're reanalyzing what it is that you can do. So you can actually get you may find out a lot of information or knowledge about how to pay back your debts. That's what that will do. So yes. I like Mercury retros for research and refinement. It's excellent. It's excellent for research. You guys want to do that. It's good for going back over things. It's great for planning. You want to plan? Do it during a Mercury retrograde. You want to plan something? And watch what happens when Mercury goes direct and you execute that plan. Telling you. Magnificent. We had to be at the same vibration frequency with our exes to hook up with our exes in the first place. Correcto mundo. Yeah, correct. But Neptune is finally direct. Yeah, Neptune's gone direct. Yeah, return of my beloved sun with a telescope. Wouldn't that burn the eyes? With a telescope, wouldn't that? Oh, you mean looking at the sun? When I was talking about Mercury being Cassini. Yeah, there are certain telescopes that allow you to be able to see that. The more powerful ones, of course. His birthday was in August, but didn't help overtake pagan rituals. Just saying. Okay. Yule. Oh yeah, shout out to the Yule people. Review is perfect during the retrograde. Yes. Refining work is favored for sure. Yeah, definitely. Those are the things that you want to be taking on for sure. The Welsh and Celtic are people very witchcrafty. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, that's where all that stuff came from. All that witch. All that word itself, it's got its roots in Celtic origins. So yeah. So we got a nice trine on December 25th. From the Sun to Jupiter. That is very good. I really like that. And also as well, there's a beautiful trine, which will start from about the 21st of December. There's a beautiful trine between Venus and Neptune. Now, although Venus is in Scorpio, okay, cool. Things are intense a little bit. Okay, we'll take that. But there's a beautiful trine with Neptune. Now, that is going to be really good, especially for you guys who are in the arts. Really good. Music, dance, painting, all that kind of stuff, fashion. That's really favorable. Yes, really. Witchcraft is rooted amongst all that. The word witch actually means wise woman. Comes from it's old Celtic, old Gaelic stuff. Witch means wise woman. Wizard means wise man. You see how religions have turned these into negative things. They're not about that. Not about evil and all this nonsense. It's far from it. Far from it. So yeah, I didn't know that, but I know most of my Welsh neighbors are very funny and the vibration is different, but their water is great. Yeah, they got loads of streams up there. That's what it is. The water is really good for water manifestation. Yeah. That's why it's always good, very good to do rituals near water because water flows. So it takes your intentions and it flows with it, the vibrations. You see the currents of the water. That's why they currents, water, currents, currency, money, yeah, water. Get it, people? You putting two and two together? River, banks, the word bank, where we store money, comes from water. We need to get in some lectures. This ain't the time and place. This is a podcast. Yeah. So there's a lovely trine with Venus trining Neptune. Yeah, keep it flowing. It's just that the waters. Neptune, Venus, Neptune, and that is going to be exact actually on Christmas Day. So we got Sun trine Jupiter, we got Venus trine Neptune, Sun sextiling Saturn. That's cool. And then to finish off, on the 26th/27th, we are going to have a full moon in the sign of Cancer. That's going to be a big one. Why? Because the moon rules Cancer. So that's going to be quite a sensitive full moon and a big one. And by the way, for those of you who want to know more about your what's known as the lunar phases, if you want to know more about how these new moons and full moons, how they're going to affect you more personally, according to your own birth chart, you can subscribe to my page subscription. It's a monthly subscription. Preferably sign up to the platinum. I may take off that gold one, but platinum or diamond edition, where you get monthly readings, monthly tarot card readings, monthly updates on your lunar return and the lunar phases. You get your numerology report for each month and for the year and for your personality. Oh, it's a long list. It's a long read. What else you get? You get quite a number of stuff, don't you? You'll have access to have an astrology reading with me once a year. If you get the diamond, twice a year. Oh, wow. It is what it is. But there's 3 packages there, so pick every one you feel is tailored, suitable to your financial capacity. So there's the gold, there is the platinum, and then there is the diamond. But I'd say prefer, go with platinum at least, platinum diamond. But it's up to you. I got to sell it, right? Okay. Just before I go into the competition, I think I'm going to leave it there with the planets. I think Mercury retrograde was the main thing that we spoke about today. So that was that. Thanks a lot for your questions coming in. Didn't speak much about that Jupiter. I know you guys are blaming Jupiter. I know that was to do with the Jupiter Venus. I did warn you, don't overindulge. And it's still kind of there. It's phasing out, but Venus Jupiter opposition is still there. What I was gonna say. Yes. I've got a tarot card course this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's 2 days. It's about like 2.5, 3 hours each day. It starts at 1:30 p.m. UK time, GMT time. We'll finish about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Everything's recorded, so even if you can't, you're gonna have access to the recordings afterwards for those people who are attending. It's £100 for both days. Trust me, man, you should be biting off my hand. Very practical. We get down into each of the tarot cards, what they mean, and you can do the tarot cards for yourself. So you won't have to keep saying, Israel, I want a reading. Well, you won't have to do that after this because you'll be able to do it yourself. I've had people still attend. It's like they still want, you know what it is? It's that confidence thing. That's what it is. It's not that they can't do it. You can do it. But yeah, it is what it is. So for those of you who want to know more about tarot, how to read, how to ask like just simple questions, things like that, get an answer on the spot. Tarot cards are excellent for for that. So I will be doing a tarot card course this weekend. So yeah, watch out for that, guys. Competition time. Now this is a very interesting one. Let me go to my we do have a winner. You know what it is? I'm gonna have to start banning people. Because it's the same people winning. What's happening? But we've got a winner for this book, Saturn Through the Ages, right? The week previous, last week we had a winner. Angela, you won the Errata book, which is by Gigado Bonate, book 3 and book 6. I'm trying to find out where the other books are because this book is a gem. It's no longer in print. You cannot get it. Don't even bother. I've got a copy of this myself. I may put this book up for like, one of them books you go on Amazon and they say like 1,500. I might put it up for 2,000. Because you can't get it no more. So yeah. So Angela, you won this one last week. So I'll be popping that in the post. And however, there is a winner this week as well. Now, I want to say something here. Somebody said, okay, just Tiffany saying, thank you very much for sharing about the third house. And that resonates. My natal moon, K2, Mercury, part of fortune in Capricorn in my third. Okay. I'll make this a priority. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot for sharing there. What is it I was going to say? Now, the rule is this. I ask a question. Yes, for those of you who are listening to me live, all right, yeah, fine. You have the opportunity. But for those people who listen on the podcast later, who don't listen live, it gives them an opportunity to be able to join and answer the question also as well. Okay? I'm going to propose a question in a moment. The winner gets £30 cash sent to your account, PayPal, whatever. £30 cash. Not a lot of money, but it's money. £30. Could buy you a drink. It will get you a meal or something, whatever, Put £30 of petrol in your car. See how far that takes you. Get out of here. Anywho, I'll be letting you know what that question is in a moment. However, we do have a winner. Now somebody sent me, or somebody said, I'm going to read it out. They said that you have to review how people win. If my answer is correct with someone else's, the person whose names came first in alphabetical order will always be picked first. That's not true. No. The inbox is by time. It's by time. It's not by alphabetical order. Never has worked in that way. It's whoever emails me first. It's not to do with alphabetical order. Trust me. If it was alphabetical order, you would not be winning this book, which you did win. by about a minute. I've got it here. I've got even the timings here. Your email came in at 1 minute past midnight, and Angela also answered, and she got it right as well. She got the answer correct, but her email came in 2 minutes past midnight. See the difference? So it's not alphabetical. So yeah. Somebody say, can buy a bottle of brandy for £30. Yeah. Maybe I should have made it a bottle of brandy. So Christian, you are proud winner of this book. Now, between you and Angela, you've kind of like won what, 2-3 books apiece? You guys are gonna need to be banned. Let's give somebody else winnings here. Anywho, £30 up for grabs. Here is the question. Now, here are the rules. When I ask the question, do not answer it now. You do not answer it now. You answer the question next week, Wednesday. It's the first person who inboxes me at midnight, from 12 o'clock midnight next week, Wednesday, and then I will announce the winner on the Wednesday show, the live podcast show next week, Wednesday. First person who inboxes me from midnight gets the £30. The email address where you send the answer to is the Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. For those of you who are watching this on the YouTube, not on the YouTube live, but for those of you who are watching on the YouTube, you will see it at the bottom. Is it me or my screen, well, my YouTube screen has frozen. Now, God knows what I've missed there. So yeah, the texts were working, but the screen went frozen. Okay, no problem. Somebody, Leonie's saying it can fund half of my Liddy basket. Yes, exactly. £30. It goes a long way. You stay there. A minute shopping. £30 is £30, man. Okay. Now here is the question. Remember, the email box or the email address is the Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. The Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. That is the address where you send the answer to. £30 up for grabs. Here is the question. Pay close attention. Ain't going to be an easy one. There are 4 major lunar phases. 4 major lunar phases. Right? There is the new moon phase, first waxing. Then there is the first quarter. Then there is the full moon phase. Then there is the last quarter. 4 phases, right? You all got that. Which phase, okay, if I was buying something, pay close attention. If I was buying something, which of the phases is more favorable? If I was buying something, which of the phases is more favorable? So will it be from the new moon to the first quarter? Or will it be from the first quarter to the full moon? Or will it be from the full moon to the third quarter? Or will it be from the third quarter back again to the new moon? Which lunar phase? I'm buying something. I'm buying. Which of the lunar phases will be more favorable for me? Whoever puts in the answer next week will get £30. Next week, Wednesday, from midnight. That's what it is. I am the buyer. Or for a buyer, for any buyer. Which phase would the moon be in to be more favorable? Would it be from the new moon to the first quarter? Would it be from the first quarter to the full? And you've got to specify that. Or would it be from the full to the third quarter? or would it be from the third quarter back again to the new moon? Which phase would favor the buyer? Okay, that is there. Dr. Layla, welcome. The Joy Bringers. I like that word. I like that massive word. That name. Word, it's a word too. The Joy Bringers. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge podcast. So that is, the time zone is UK, 12 a.m. UK time. So I do take on board. Welcome, Jasmina. Welcome to the show. By the way, for you, those of you on Instagram, give her a follow. I'm going to be joining her in 2 days' time on Friday. I'm going to be talking on Instagram. That's what, for those of you guys watching on the YouTube, I'm sorry, come get me on the Instagram. Yeah, we're going to be talking about electional astrology. So jump on board. So, yes, so the time is 12 a.m. UK time. So I do appreciate that people are listening from all over the world. Yvette is saying buying something like what? Doesn't matter. I'm a buyer. Doesn't matter what I'm buying. I'm a buyer. Or any buyer. Which lunar phase is favorable for the buyer? Doesn't matter. Okay, Faith saying I'm looking fine. Thank you very much. As she was saying in regards to me saying that it was my other computer had frozen. That's what it was. But I do look fine. What are you talking about? I'm a fine boy. You try to tell my mama I ain't fine. I'm a handsome young man. Okay, so yeah, so that's the question. Which lunar first favors the buyer? The email address where you send the answer is the Lunar Lounge podcast at gmail.com. The Lunar Lounge podcast at gmail.com. £30 up for grabs. The winner, first person, 12 midnight, GMT time, UK time, who inboxes me gets it indeed. So there you go. So that's the time zone, Dragonfly Collective. And yeah, £30 cash. Whatever, PayPal, bank account, however it's gonna be sent. So that's the competition. So we've gone into the realm of cash, man. And we know what time it is now, don't we, baby? It's the tarot card of the week, people. Tarot card of the week. What did we get last week? Oh, we got the Queen, didn't we? We got the Queen of Wands. Gonna give a little shuffle. We got the Queen of Wands last week. So let's see what's coming out for this week. What is the advice and stuff? It is what it is, man. I can see the show has gone a lot longer than normal. It's going up to 2 hours. Coming up to 2 hours that I've been on it. Okay. It is what it is. You know. Oh, thank you very much, Yvette. Even being back. I am indeed. So why you not call me then? Why don't I get no booty call texts? I'm joking. Gotta have a laugh, right? Mercury's trine Jupiter. Lift up the spirits a little bit. Retrograde or no retrograde. Hello, my dear Jasmina. Hope you're well. Okay, so let's see what the card of the week is about. I'm just gonna cut the cards, and what do we got? Booyah! Woo! We got the 8 of Cups, people. We got the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is the card for us today. Well, for the week until next week. So what is the message that the 8 of Cups brings for us? Well, that is interesting with some of the things that we've discussed today. Yannifa saying booty call, you what? With a big question mark right there, yeah. Is it men that are only supposed to give women booty calls? Can't it go the other way around? No? Or is it called something else? Enlighten me, people. I'm old. So yes. So we got the 8 of Cups, okay? So the message is, I mean, Yanifa's already stating it. It's about walking away from something. It's about being in a position of idleness. It can be frustration, can be boredom, can feel stuck, can feel unfulfilled. I'd rather the word unfulfilled. There's something that is unfulfilled. We may be feeling a bit empty, and we're looking for something more deeper, something more fulfilling, something more meaningful. We are searching. This is a card that indicates searching. We're all going to be searching for different things. We're all going to be feeling maybe a bit unfulfilled, a bit stuck, a bit, empty. And we are going to seek it. Again, join my tarot cards this weekend. I'm going to show you how you read the cards, what they mean. So this card is often a card about, now it's an 8. 8's a good card because it's got that, phoenix rising out of the ashes. That's what it is. That's it's got that energy to it. So it's kind of got a rebirth. There's something about, hence why there's something there's an element of frustration or feeling like perhaps you've been trapped. And this is the card that is like, right, I'm released. I need to go on a search now. I've been in some runt or something that's kept me, and I need to, what is this all about? I need to search for something more. We are always looking for more. Yeah, and that is what the 8 of Cups essentially is about. It's a cup, so it's often something very emotional, perhaps, so whether it's in our love life, but it doesn't, our emotions can be connected to anything: work, love life, money, children, home, family. There's so many things that, our emotions are connected to. So it's not always love life or relationship orientated. Can be, and will be for some of you. So seek out what it is that you are searching for over the course of the next 7 days, because that's what the tarot card of the week is about. Boom, boom. Get searching. Get moving. The 8 of Cups is the card that has come out for us this week. Nothing wrong with that. We want more, right? Or do we not? We're seeking something deeper, something more impactful. Let's move. Let's go on that journey. Yanifa saying, "You what?" with a British accent. You what, mate? Yeah, I said it. Booty call. I don't think men get booty calls, do they? It's meant to be something else. I think booty calls the other way, when the man calls the woman, right? Or something like that. Whatever it is. I don't think I'm that good looking to be getting those. I get something, but not booty call. Something else. So I think that's the end of the show. End of the show. I want to thank you all for who tuned in. Dragonfly goes, I recently started working with the Tarot de Marcel. I'm feeling the cups for this week. 8 of Cups. Yeah. De Marcel. I've got that deck, actually. I collect tarot cards myself. I've got hundreds of them here. Yanifa saying, no, don't do that. Don't do what? Shout out to Simply, who's joined. Don't do what? Yes. Don't ever tell me don't do something, because that's exactly what I'll do. I've got that Sun Uranus strong in the chart, man. You tell me no, don't do it. That the That's it. That's exactly whatever wherever you're telling me not to go, I'm gonna go right. Your best bet is to tell me to do it. Then I likely won't do it. That's how you do it. So yeah. So Sister Aura saying, which are the best cards to get? No, any. I mean, with tarot cards, get any card that you're drawn towards. I mean, again, those are the things that I will be teaching this weekend on the tarot card course. But technically speaking, get them all. I mean, the Rider-Waite are the probably are the most popular, of tarot cards. These ones, which are the Rider-Waite deck. So that is probably because in the Western world, the Rider-Waite was very, very popular and was one of the first ones who kind of made the tarot big to what it is. These cards, you get these designs and stuff. But yeah, I think everybody should have a Rider-Waite deck technically, but it's not a must. But whatever tarot cards you're drawn to. I mean, like I say, I collect tarot cards myself. I've got a love for them. It's part of my hobby. I've got hundreds of them here, and they all work. It's a tool. You got to remember, it's a tool. But whichever one you're drawn to, you might be drawn to the art of the designer of it. Different cards can speak to you in different ways. So yeah, go for that. They're all good. There is no right or wrong tarot card. Like, have a look and see which one speaks to you, which one jumps out, whether it's the colors, whether it's the artwork, whether it's the author and stuff, or the design. Do go with that. That's fine. So yeah, sometimes different decks give different messages. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's true. Other times they give the same, just emphasis the point. Yes, that is correct. That is true. Based on the diagram or the colors and stuff like that. So you can pick up different things. But again, all roads lead to Rome. Listen, people, that is me for this week. I'll be back with live with you again from next week, Wednesday. What is I was going to say? Well, I will be back on Sunday, but the Sunday at the moment, currently, is only on the podcast platforms. I'm available on YouTube. Why did I say YouTube? Well, the show is available on YouTube. The podcasts are available on all podcast platforms. Apple, Spotify, Amazon. You can listen to my podcast. Just look up the Lunar Lounge podcast. Download, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review, rate. You can do all of that. But this show, for example, it won't go up on the YouTube straight away. It gets taken down and some words get put in, fancy stuff. And then it gets uploaded later on in the day. So sometime tonight, this evening, if not tomorrow morning, it will get uploaded onto the YouTube and you can watch it there. So that's cool. And it will also be on the podcast platforms as well. So you can watch out for me there. But I will start to put the Sunday show, because it's twice a week that I do this podcast, and I will start to upload the Sunday show also on the YouTube channel as well. So watch out for this. That's probably going to be happening in a couple of weeks. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I think that's it. That is it. I want to thank you so much. Dragon Collective Friday, Light Seers Tarot is a great, yes, that is a good deck. I've got that somewhere here. I don't know if it's in arm's reach, but I've got that. The Light Seers. That's the Mystical Style. But the Light Seers is a good deck. I mean, they're all good. It all depends. Again, whatever you're drawn to. Thanks a bunch, Israel. Love the Lunar episodes with Chris. Thank you very much. Shout out to Chris Brennan. Yeah, he's doing his thing. We're going to be doing one too soon. Shout outs to Pretty. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge podcast, even though I'm just finishing. Yeah, and that's me for today, man. I want to thank each and every one of you once again. Thank you. I'll be with you again live next week, starting from 12:30 p.m. UK time. Don't forget to send your competitions. Lucky, who's gonna win £30? I don't know. Get you a little dinner, a salad. But yeah, it is what it is. And on that note, I want to thank each and every single one of you. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the subscription button and also leave some nice comments below. On that note, people, have a great day, have a great week, and I'll be with you next week on the 20th? Until then, stay blessed, stay safe. Thank you. I'm out.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
The Hitmakers.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.